So welcome back to another video. Whilst if you've watched the video of the Rally Corsa D at Back Motorsport, one of their staff has this amazing build. Let me introduce it. This is a Sierra Estate with the Volvo 8-valve, 350 horsepower turbocharged engine. Let's dive in and let's have a look. Not the usual filming location, but when you have an opportunity, you've got to jump on it. Where do we even start? Old Sierras are rare, never mind Sierra Estates. This one is no exception. So this one is your archetypical sleeper build because everything underneath, everything that needs to be done has been done. The bodywork, as people like, it's a bit rough, it's a bit ready, but let's be honest, it's a daily as well. So what have we got? We've got some giant, obviously, wheels. It's got the Revolution wheels. I think they're 17 or 18-inch rims with some like motorsport track tires, semi-slicks by the looks of things. Let's have a look. 17s. It has got some giant comp brake kit on the front. As I say, everything underneath is being modified and changed for performance. Even got the obligatory wood screw hanging out the bumper because this is technically, it's not made to look pretty. It's not made to do anything more than have some fun, drift, track days, and go fast. Because as I say, this has got the 940 8-valve turbo engine. We'll have a look under the engine bay shortly, but let's have a look around the body. Again, not much really to show. Lovely roof rack. Bit of rust here and there, but again, I find a lot with these sleeper guys, this is what they like. As long as it's kind of like 95% solid and workable, they're happy, but a bit of rust kind of adds character. Everyone to their own, never kind of slag that off, but again, different coloured bonnet, it just all adds, because what you got to think of is, imagine pulling up against the lights against this thing, not knowing what it is and just thinking it's some rotten old car, to then be just pulled on and hearing the turbo chirping away. Let's have a look in the inside. Again, not really much to see because it is just the Sierra, but there's a few nice touches to prove that this is a daily. No fancy central locking on this thing. Do you remember these? Key code, literally, listen to the locks. That's old school Ford for you. Let's dive in. So as we dive inside, you've got the obligatory brew cups, because obviously he uses it every day. Everyone needs a brew on the way to work. It's got the hydraulic handbrake, which is obviously, because he does do drifting in this. Jump leads, usual work attire. What can I say? It's a work vehicle. It's made to be used and abused, and I absolutely adore it. So let me get the key and let me put the ignition on to show you what's going on. So behind here, so I can pull this off. I can't get it off now. Oh, can't get it off. But behind there is the DTA. So the DTA, I think, said S4 ECU. Obviously fully mapped. I think it's on just wastegate pressure, which is about 13 PSI. Makes, I think he said 360, which is phenomenal. Obviously, dash all works. Kind of still, but then he's got this aftermarket LD performance dash, which I'm going to guess is part of air fuel ratio, oil pressure, temperature, the usual script, rev counter, speed. It just kind of helps when you've got to wire these old engines in or new engines in, having them work with the original clocks. AFR gauge, in my opinion, the biggest con in the world, because no one ever looks at them when they're kicking their head in. They're only good for the guy who's mapping it. I'm unsure what gearbox it's on. I would have thought the original Sierra, but this looks like it's been modified something or other, so I might have to look into that. As I said, hydraulic handbrake, and you can hear the fuel pump whining away. But again, it's just the Sierra Estate, nothing fancy. So let's have a look at the engine bay and let's look at the magic. And here we are. It is an old Volvo 940 8-valve 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. As I've said, 13 PSI, takes around the 360 mark, which in a Sierra, because he came out with, I don't know, 210, I think, back in the day, couldn't really remember. But again, I think you've got little bits like the additional adjustable top mounts to sort out for obviously when he's drifting. With these being a rear-wheel drive setup, I would have thought it's an adapter plate for the gearbox to convert the Sierra box to the Volvo. Lovely, lovely little thing. Unsure if it's forged. We've got the RC750 injectors, again controlled by the DTA ECU. Looks like a Chinese copied blow-off valve. I would have thought, oh no, a genuine tile external gate. Looks like probably a 60mm gate. Chinese turbo, which again, they used to have a lot of bad rep about them. But nowadays, they seem to be doing all right. Holding the power, working as well as a Garrett and a Precision, and a half the price. Places like Pulsar, Enhanced Turbo, they all seem to be doing now quality Chinese imported turbos with warranty. What else can I see? Nothing real major. Mac valve for the boost. Nothing. Again, it's hard to really point out more. I would have thought, is it on a coil pack? Yeah, it looks like it's on some type of coil pack. Around here, that's 3D printed. I would have thought that's maybe for water because it might damage it. Unsure. I'll find out. Catch can all piped in here. Just a good fun, all round, awesome sleeper build. And again, on this channel, it's all about the engine swap, having some fun. They don't have to be money no object. They don't have to be pristine. They don't have to be, 1,000 horsepower. It is literally got to be something like this, because sometimes it's all about having fun. And let's get around the back. There is no better sleeper than an estate. B, it has to have an obligatory giant exhaust because people think, what the hell's going on there? They just think they don't really know. C, it has to be horrendously dirty. And best of all, it has to have a tow bar. Well looked after and cleaned. I just love the fact that all the money has been spent on performance, the stopping, the fun factor, the making it look pretty. This is mega, this thing. So I'll sign this video off. This goes to show it's not about big budgets. It's not about massive horsepower. It is about having some fun, being individual and standing out. Because who ever sees a Sierra estate these days? Never mind one with a giant turbo engine. This thing looks so much entertaining. And just on the off chance of popping in to see some friends, you've been able to see this crazy little build. So I'll sign it off. Thanks for watching and I'll see you all on the next video.